لا تترقب فراغ الأغيار فإن ذلك يقطعك عن وجود المراقبة له فيما هو مقيمك فيه. Do not look forward to be free of alterations, for that is indeed what cuts you off from vigilant attention to Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala, in that very state He has assigned to you. Now, we're going to take words and focus on them in a total vision. تترقب, looking forward, waiting for. As if it is a status you should be on like always. A Muslim should never sit back and relax and be like blank. You know, the Prophet ﷺ said, when he was talking about identifying a person by saying the names of human beings, قال أصدقها همام وحارث, that the most true names that are given to human beings are Hammam and Harith. Why Hammam? Min hamma yahumu. There is something always on your mind. You don't pause. Even if you're sitting on a chair and there's nothing going on, there is something in your brain. There is no moment that you are blank unless you sleep or you die. And even when you sleep, you sometimes see dreams. Harith means always acting on something. You have to engage in something. So this Hammam, this continuous status of looking forward, is something that he wants you to be directed toward that which is going to be of a benefit. So he's saying, لا تترقب, do not look forward in a post of waiting, expecting, measuring, viewing. فراغ الأغيار. Faragh means to be free. So let us say you are now at school, studying, at work, working, dropping someone to their home, taking your kids or your brothers or your siblings, doing anything you want. And then your mind is telling you, there is something better waiting for me, that I need some free time to get done with whatever I am, so I can focus on that other thing, which is, in your view, something more important or more of relevant to you. So he said, do not be looking forward to be free from al-aghyar. Al-aghyar is a plural for al-ghayr, anything that is different, anything else. As if you are stationed in a post, but your mind is looking at another time, at another place. He's telling you this could be very dangerous. Live your moment. See how can you be in the time you are in. For every post God has set you in, you can be with Him. That's bottom line. Do not deceive yourself by saying that now I am too busy, I am too this, I am this, or looking down at that which you are being engaged with, failing to utilize it to the best of what could be an outcome of it, waiting until you are 65 years old to go to Hajj, because Hajj is a great thing. But does that mean I'm going to put everything on hold in matter of religiosity or spirituality or utilizing the means available for me to be? And there are things I can do in Chicago that can wipe my sins off. I don't need to wait for Hajj, for example. So he's saying, if you are this type of person that is failing to live his moment, to utilize that which God has stationed him with, then you have lost the chance to live a true moment with Allah every second of your life. Because you can do that. فَلَا تَتَرَقَّبْ فَرَاغَ الْأَغْيَارِ. Do not be in this status of, I am now busy in something that is not honorable, or not, unless it's a ma'asiyah. unless it's a sin, unless you know that you are engaging in something that has been stated or stated clearly that Allah dislikes it. But in anything that you are doing, if it was, what are the 5 rulings in Islam? We studied that in fiqh. Anyone remembers? Anything that a ruling a faqih would make, he will tell you it's either what?
Mustahab.
Mustahab, that's the one. Halal or mubah. Let's use proper term. So mubah is the one in the middle, means neutral, neither rewarded nor punished. Mustahab, rewarded if done, not punished if missed. What else?
Makruh.
Makruh
Haram.
means what? Rewarded if let go, don't do it, not punished if you did it. And then haram, punished if you did it, rewarded if not did it, and then last one is what? Al-wajib, or the obligated, or al-fard. So it's either obligation, preference, neutral, preferred not, or haram. If there is something haram that you are doing for sure, this is something that you are liable for. You cannot utilize something haram as an act of ibadah to Allah. But anything else, even makruh, anything else in neutral or mustahab, or sometimes farida at its time, it's obligated at that time. But sometimes even farida, there are multiple farad coming at the same time. So which one to choose? And we'll talk about this. He's saying, do not wait and look forward until you are free from something. فإن ذلك يقطعك عن وجود المراقبة له. This mind which is traveling away from that which you are in, thinking of something else you want to do, already will disconnect you from seeing God in that which you are in. And that is very dangerous. Seeing God in that which you are in means muraqabati lahu, that you are living God's awareness and knowledge of you, that He is watching you, He is there with you. So you need to make sure that in every moment you are being conscious of God. And in everything you do, you can't change it in your intention, even if it was neutral, even if it was mubah, even if it was not rewarded or not punished. In your intention, you can plan it to be part of that which connects you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So going to your job and getting money to support yourself financially, you can intend it as an act of what? Ibadah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Playing even basketball or going into some sort of anything, if you intend it to be part of you being healthy and in a good shape, so you can, or win something that will make your community proud or whatever, that can transform in an act of ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to make sure that you are utilizing your moments in the best that it is meant to be. If your mind is traveling away from that which you are in, you're not getting there, nor you are what? Utilizing that which you are in. You're losing on both ends. يعني إذا لا أنت واصل للي بدك إياه. If you're just thinking about it, delaying it, maybe you'll die before you reach it. Maybe there will be changes in your lifestyle that you cannot reach it. So you will lose the ability to reach that which you want to be, maybe. And for sure you are unconscious of that which you can utilize in your moment. And indeed, you are being cut off from being connected to Allah and you're conscious. فيما هو مقيمك فيه. That's the most important segment of that. You would be disconnected from what God has chosen for you to be in. So if God chose for you a station that you are in it, then you go and think of something else, then you have not utilized your time properly. Unless it is something of an upgrade and you are using your moment to what? To think of something. but without losing the focus and concentration of utilizing the moment that you are in. So do not travel from one place to another in your mind while using your total focus on that thing which could come or not, losing the ability to utilize that which you are what? Which you are in. Now, al-muraqabah is the total consciousness of your heart, in which that you step out from being aware that God is with you, watching you, aware of all your details. And since He is knowledgeable of you, don't just think of that in a negative way. Don't just think about God, that He is watching you only in that if you are going to do haram, only in that if you are going to do something bad. Think of Allah, that He is watching you when you are in ibadah, when you are in salah, when you are in zakah, when you are in volunteering, when you are studying like that. Invite this feeling into what? Into your heart. So you can utilize the moment and the best, because it makes you feel the importance of the, take the elevator, inshallah. Take the elevator. Because you feel it's gonna be the best of what? Of that which gonna make you feel the sweetness of the ibadah that you are in. We tend to think about God is watching us only if what? We are engaging some sort of haram or doing something bad. And that should be the case. Yes, we should be conscious of God. But also whenever you want to stand up and pray, عليك أن تراقب الله في صلاة. That Allah granted me to stand for Him and pray. This is a moment of celebration. عليك أن تحتفل بذلك. That Allah granted me to work as a volunteer in, Orland Masjid Mosque. This is a moment to be celebrated. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته فبذلك فليفرحوا هو خير مما يجمعون. Only by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and by His mercy we should be joyful, for it is better than anything else that people would be busy collecting on. So you need to be conscious of God in moments of ibadah and in moments of taqwa, to be able to feel the beauty of that which you are doing. Because if you don't feel the beauty, how you're going to be sustaining yourself to move to another one and another one? If you're not going to feel God in your salah and your volunteering, then how you're going to continue doing that? No one will continue something that is foreign to his nature. No one will continue something that is much burden on him. And that's why the Prophet, for example, في موضوع الصلاة, what he would tell Bilal, صلى الله عليه وسلم, and رضي الله عن Bilal, أرحنا بها يا Bilal. As if from all the burdens that he would be facing, صلى الله عليه وسلم, in life, he finds in salah the moment that he will settle and what? Feel peace. He steps out from the worries of life into the peace moments of what? Of being with Allah. And interestingly, you start your salah with Allah and you describe Him as Akbar, and then you finish with peace, which means you have earned that. Between the beginning till the end, you enter by feeling the glory of Allah, establishing the might of Allah in your khushu', in your humility, in your humbleness, and then you should finish with peace. Peace, not just salamu alaikum as a word you say to the person next to you, but peace within, inside. And then this peace that happened within, inside, in you, takes you to peace outside in life. That's the equation. So you go back again into life, and you get busy with family, with friends, with business, you get mixed up. Then you come back to salah, you remind yourself again, Allahu Akbar. And then you do the Fatiha, and then you finish with peace. So you are constantly what? It's like, the software that will clear viruses in your computer. There is always, people trying, to attack your computer, send in a virus to you. Your software that is protecting you constantly what? Working to clarify you from that. And then tell you, scan is complete, you're fine, move on. And then another attack comes, and then he runs into another scan. Salah is the thing that will scan you and will declare where are the glitches in your system as a human being. And then if the software was good, if your salah was good, then it will clear you properly. But if you got one of these off-brand cheap ones, then you're going to end up with more viruses. So if you're gonna perform your salah in a, half second, of course you're not gonna have that from which you're gonna be able to get it. Now, another thing to pay attention to. Most of the people think religiosity, conscious of God, is something we call it ma'nawi, which is non-physical. So we look at the physical matters that we are being engaged with as something low or something, less. And that's why monks, what do? They want to step out from life, and they think that, like even the Sahaba, the three people who came to ask about the life of the Prophet ﷺ, one person, what did he say?
I'm going to fast every day.
I'm going to fast every day. The second one said what? I'm not getting married. And the third one said what? Come on, sister, you can come in, that's fine. I'm going to pray all night. Each one wanted to step out from life busy of 1, 2, 3, work, business, marriage, raising children, whatever. And each one wanted to go into a secluded area of worship, which means he feels he wants to rise up in spirituality. Ibn Atta is telling you, no, even the physical things that you are doing, work, job, being family, playing, these are more, but they can be moments with Allah too. So do not identify moments with Allah as only spiritual matters that you sit down and meditate. Meditate is great, meditation. And it's an ayah in the Quran, وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, that they contemplate and they meditate. And Abu Darda radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when his wife was asked what was the most or the best or the most thing that Abu Darda was busy with in ibadah, he said meditation, at-tafakkur. But that does not mean that I cannot utilize my time. That, and when I titled that, the name of the word, I said makanuka zamanuk. It means your post is your moment now. What are you busy in? Then that is your post. That is your real time. Don't try to change out from that which you are in to convince yourself you are at a better place somewhere else. At that moment, that's where you're meant to be. At that moment, and this is part of your understanding of qadarullah too. That Allah chose for me to be in this moment now. And this has to do with accepting destiny. Because if you're always this, rejecting qadar for people who are, take stress together, it could be, but some people also can be deceived by shaitan. Oh, I could be somewhere else doing better. I wish I am as rich as this person so I can donate money. Well, you're not rich. And God knows how long it's going to take you to be rich. So you're not going to do anything until you get rich. So first, you're not rich, you're not donating. And then the second one, what? You're not thinking what are you in now that you can make it a moment with Allah. You lost both. And the story of the group of people when they came to the Prophet ﷺ complaining, ذهب أهل الدثور بالأجور, the people of wealth, they took all the rewards. So the Prophet ﷺ said, how about that? Why? They said, يتصدقون, they are donating, we are not. They are making Umrah, we are not. They are going to Hajj, we are not. So the Prophet wanted to bring some joy to them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Didn't Allah bring to you something that you will make hasanat out of? After every salah, say Subhanallah 33 times, say Alhamdulillah 33 times, say Allahu Akbar 33 times. They were very happy. So they went and they started practicing that. The rich people heard of that. So they went, the rich people, they still donated, they still went to Umrah, they still went to Hajj, and they sat down after Salah and what? Made tasbih. So those Sahaba came, Ya Rasulullah, as if I'm not being, it's not like rejecting Allah's order, but I need something to match. And then when they came and they told him, Sallallahu that they are doing that which we are doing, he said something very important, Sallallahu. He said, ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء. There is a status of fadl that Allah, blessings, bring it to people, and the way He decides. He calculates that. You have fadl with you, don't forget that. That's what He was trying to tell them. You have something that you can make. And your tasbih and your status, maybe in the eyes of Allah, will be better. Who knows? Or maybe the way you engage it in a way of there's not much on your brain as a rich man thinking of your business, whatever it is. There are zillion ways that you can utilize the moment that you are in, and in that way also you can what? See, utilize the moment. So you have to see that which Allah stationed you فيما هو مقيمك فيه. طيب. Now, one of the people of scholars of Islam was asked, متى يستريح الفقير? Not faqir meaning the poor. Al-faqir for the mercy of Allah. Al-faqir who is trying and putting effort and يجاهد نفسه حتى يرضي الله سبحانه وتعالى. When do you rest? When someone who loves Allah so much, who wants to be with Allah so much, who wants to make hasanat so much, who wants to make reward so much, how can he rest? That he think he did good, he made that which is needed, he made that which is proper, he made which is that relevant. And then that scholar said, إذا لم ير وقتا غير الذي هو فيه. The only moment you rest is when you see time is that which you are in. إذا لم ير وقتا غير الذي هو فيه. The only time a good person, a righteous person, a person conscious of God, who wants to make the best of his time, the best of his effort, the best of his physical, effort. Do you see yourself now? What can you do now? This is your moment. Every moment is your moment. إذا لم ير وقتا غير الذي هو فيه. But if you delayed it in your mind that now this is not a good time, then you have lost the time you are in. Or if you traveled away from God in your moment and delayed it, some people do it on a lazy status. I'm busy, I cannot pray. I'll pray when I'm 55. I'll go to Hajj when I'm 65. I'll whatever when I'm 95. Well, this is way more worse. We're talking about people who are conscious of God, righteous, and they are trying to grab as much as they can, work as much as they can, choose priorities. That's what we're talking about. And this is what we are here, the group of people who are trying to be as best as they can with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't deceive yourself by missing the moments that Allah has chosen you to serve in. And then what? Lose it because your mind is on something else, and God knows when you are going to reach what? That another thing. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in an ayah that will summarize all this. And write the ayah down. وَنَبْلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً. Evil, good, is a continuous test. So Allah will see who you are. Will bring you out from you who you are. You are going to be in a constant bala. It will not stop. And everything is bala. Everything is bala. Sitting down, listening to me boring speeches is bala. But deal with it. Now,
what surah is this?
What surah is that, ya Shaykh? Maybe Al-Anbiya. وَنَبْلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ. Meaning what? Tough times, good times. Bad times, good times. Good times, good times. Everything is good times. You have to understand that. أَمْرُهُ كُلُّهُ لَهُ خَيْرٌ. The Prophet says, All your matters are good. Put under it 20 lines. You failed a test. It's so hard. But maybe it's something good's gonna come out from that. Who knows? You don't know where good is at. Maybe you are meant to be, meet someone else in another class. If you're gonna repeat the class, I'm not saying fail the test. Don't misunderstand me. But don't let failure in life depresses you and stresses you that you don't see the ability to rise up again and make the best utilization of the moment that you are in. See what I mean? Whatever up and down happens to you, pick up yourself back, get yourself up and see the khair that could come out from that moment. Yes, you're gonna sit down and review, why did I miss that? Why did I fail that? And you're gonna plan better. But you plan and I plan, and Allah makes happen what He plans. أنت تريد وأنا أريد والله يفعل ما يريد. You do your best, you study so much, and then you go. It's like, someone shooting a ball at a soccer. He has the experience. He has played like hundreds of matches. And he knows the ball, and he knows the field. And the moment you shoot it, it's out of your control now. That's what God has destined. Is it gonna hit or not? God knows. You did your homework. You were in control and that which was under you. But then the outcome is never under you. So don't ever think that you control the outcomes. You only have a link to the means. But the outcomes are always in the hands of Allah. And whatever the outcome comes, see that He has stationed you in. And do not be deceived by waiting till something else or looking for something else. إِذَنْ وَنَبْلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً. This is how it is going to happen. These الأغيار, we call it the shawaghil, alternatives, things that will be making you busy. هي مادة امتحانك. This is the details of your tests. This is the nucleus and all its details of that which is going to happen to you. And you are meant to live it and to make the best out of it. Another statement I want you to write from the scholars, they say, الخلوة في الجلوة. الخلوة في الجلوة. في الجلوة. طبعا نحكي عربي. Our tongue is used on English. الخلوة، خلينا نسكن تسلا. الخلوة في الجلوة. ايش الخلوة يا أزهر؟ من خلا يخلو, to be by yourself. Lonely. This is what monks feel that they want to do to purify themselves. Get away from people, stay by yourself, live alone, then you can be a better person. Of course, there is nothing to engage life about. But they say that true khalwa is not when you are being alone. في الجلوة, الجلوة من الجلاء, like exposed. A true khalwa is to be inside every midst of something happening to you and to feel you are with Allah on that level of same spirituality you're gonna get if you are alone. That is your test. My dad used to tell me a story about one of the good people that he used to go and sit down, months alone in his place. And we have something like a basket made of bamboo sticks. They put in it grapes and figs, عنب. Now this never can hold water because it's all full of holes. So they said because of his karama and his honor with Allah, he was able to hold water in it. God gave him a miracle, a small miracle, call it karama. He did that when he was alone. When he took it with water to show it to people, it went down. He could not maintain the same spiritual level when he mixed with people. بلشت الفتن تجي. You know. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said what? المؤمن الذي يخالط الناس ويصبر على أذاهم خير من المؤمن الذي لا يخالط الناس ولا يصبر على أذاهم. That the believer who is mixing with people and being patient on their problems, hardships, مشاكل, is better than the believer who secludes himself and does not engage people. So don't think that stepping out from engaging people is a solution for you or is a way to exit out. We are meant to engage with people, and that's what the Prophet did. He spent some time preparing himself spiritually, but the moment he finished the 3 years of prior to the revelation, he engaged people. Then he used from his night, from his time, what? Things that will keep him up with him. So, al-khalwatu, the true moment of being alone with God is not by being alone. The true moment of being alone with God is to be with people and to deal with every single headache that you might think of. That is what will prevail you in the matter, are you a person that we can rely on, or you're gonna be, you know, if the Prophet didn't believe that, he would have stayed in the cave of Hira and no one have heard of him. But he went down and he had to deal with أشد الناس ابتلاءً الأنبياء, that they were the most tested. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now, running away from these things, many people say we are in the States. There's no deen here. There's, non-Muslims here. God is here. Islam is here. As much as it is in Mecca, it's in Vegas. They say the most two visited towns on earth are Mecca and Vegas. But trust me, there could be people of Vegas in Mecca, and there could be people of Mecca and Vegas. There could be people of Vegas, but they are in Mecca. What people see them, that they are people of Vegas, but they are in Mecca. And there could be people, mashallah, of Mecca, but their mind is in Vegas, not in Mecca. So don't deceive yourself by utilizing the moments that you are in. Make best of it and utilize it to that which will make you able to what? To raqib, that you are conscious of God and that which He had what? Stationed for you. Now, let me finish with this. Do not look at consciousness of God and that which is stationed you from one place to another. Time and place are only tools. You and God, regardless of time, regardless of place. Someone could be in front of the Kaaba and chatting haram. And someone could be in Vegas and praying. And someone could be within family, وصريخ, loud voices, TV, games, but his mind is with God, even if he's physically there. And he is living the honor of being with family. And someone could be with his kids and he's not paying attention to them. His mind is on the game, on the TV, or whatever it is. And someone could be in the class now, benefiting from, and someone could be, thinking of what's his mom cooked for tonight after he goes after Isha, whatever it is. I'm thinking about that too. The point is, لا تترقب فراغ الأغيار. Do not look forward to be free from the alternatives of life. فإن ذلك يقطعك عن وجود المراقبة له. That will disconnect you from being conscious of God فيما هو مقيمك فيه, and that which God has chosen for you. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So you said like all your matter is good. So technically there is no really punishment from Allah in the dunya, right? Because if everything is good.
Define punishment.
So let's say, well, people have, I believe the other way. People have this thing that if something bad happens to you, like Allah's punishing you for something that you have done. And so they say it's better to be...
If you pray and you think of food, couldn't that be punishment?
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
This is our class for tonight. Join us online, guys.